Hey guys, my name is Zach, and you're watching Technical Machinery. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Octoprint. So, I recently had an issue with my printer. It is a Prusa Mini. It's in this cabinet, so I can lock it. I have a small Raspberry Pi 3B Plus running Octoprint. Now, Octoprint is an amazing tool if you're working in the 3D printing industry or just as a general hobbyist. It's insane because it allows you to do these cool time lapses. It allows you to do all sorts of other things. You can even monitor it like I do because I'm upstairs right now. So I monitor it from downstairs through this webcam. And obviously, there's some downsides to it, which I will explain later. But overall, the upsides heavily outweigh the downsides. First of all, it is a pain to set up. I will make a tutorial on that. It's really short. Secondly, you do need a Wi-Fi router unless you have a Raspberry Pi with the Wi-Fi module actually built in, or you connect it to an external Wi-Fi module made by either Adafruit or Raspberry Pi themselves. As you can see here, I have a Google Home Wi-Fi extender, which is just plugged in via Ethernet cable, which is the blue cable, all the way to the Raspberry Pi. Now, that Raspberry Pi is running Octoprint 4.7.2 at the time of this recording, which is currently not running due to our internet is having some issues currently. But it's an amazing tool. Now, some of the downsides are, as I mentioned before, it's a pain to set up first time. It's a pain to connect to sometimes because sometimes you have to find the IP. So basically, when you log into your account or when you first boot up your Raspberry Pi and you have Octoprint on it, you make sure you connect it to a display. Make sure you connect it to a display. Very vital piece of information. When you connect it to a display, it will show a console log, and then you have to log in with your Octopi password and username. The standard will be Pi for the login and Raspberry, R-A-S-P, I cannot spell, R-A-S-P-B-E-R-R-Y, Raspberry, as the default, and that's also the password for mine. No hacking. When you log in, it will show you the IP. Now, what you want to do is you want to take the IP and log into your browser with that. Make sure you are on the same Wi-Fi connection as your Raspberry Pi. So I have two Wi-Fi connections. This one is called Labbaik Ya Rasool, and there's a main router connection called Labbaik Ya Rasoolullah. Now, those aren't very different in naming terminologies, but they severely impact how my workflow goes with the printer. But overall, the printer review will be coming soon as well. I've made some modifications that are helpful, severely helpful in fact, in some cases where I couldn't mount the screen, for example. As you could see, the LCD, I couldn't mount it at one point because the screw was just too long and it wouldn't catch on the actual piece itself. And I did actually print a case out of ABS for the Raspberry Pi. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little 4-minute, or I don't know how long, video. There will be an Octopi setup tutorial coming soon, and I will show you how to do that, and a 3D printer review as well, maybe coming out today. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. This is Zach. It's a pleasure to have you on this channel. Goodbye.